What's going on, Internet? It's Alex, if you've already forgotten. I know, it has been a long time. It's too long. Well, I'm doing another one of these videos. I'm not really sure if there's still a place for it on the Internet. It has been so many months, but I figured it was about time I started doing video content again. It's been a long time, so I don't know if I'm going to do any crazy whack job editing in this, but we'll see what happens. So, this week I wanted to talk about PAX East. PAX East is coming up on this weekend. Also, happy St. Patrick's Day, guys. I made in Ireland. It's my favorite shirt. So, PAX East is going to be coming up this weekend, not on Easter this year, thankfully. I'm going, of course, just like last year. Going to have a great time. If you are not going to PAX East, I'm sorry. But if you are, I got some tips for you. So, listen up. There are a lot of things that you might not really think about when you're going to Boston or PAX in general, but hopefully this sheds a little light on the kind of dire situations you will be in. So I carried my 3DS with me pretty much all of last year, and it has a pedometer in it. I walked about 10 miles a day for the whole weekend, just walking around the convention center. That's a lot. I mean, we're talking walking to the convention center, because I had to take a walk, and then I took the T to the convention center, and then we're talking about walking all day, like literally from 10 a.m. when the convention opens to the public all the way to 10 p.m. pretty much 12 hours straight of just walking. And you don't really have a lot of time to sit down. I mean, you might find some time to sit down, play a game, but usually you're going to be walking around talking to people. That's what I get at PAX for, at least. It's just the talking, the meeting people. And of course, if you're like a big panel guy, you'll be sitting down, either waiting for panels, sitting at panels, and those can be like 30 to an hour. So you'll get some rest in. But the number one thing after walking 30 miles last year, bring comfortable shoes. That is number one on the list. Bring comfy shoes, because if you don't have good shoes to walk in, you are going to hate life from about halfway through the first day to the rest of the weekend, and that's terrible. So that's number one. Another thing you should bring is your 3DS. I mentioned that earlier, but I don't think people really get this. If you just like the idea of spot passing, in general, you should bring your 3DS, because you will spot pass like nobody's business. You'll be spot passing that guy. You'll spot pass him again sometime when you're eating lunch or whatever. You'll be like, hey, I know this guy, and then he'll look up and look for you, and you'll see him, and you'll be like, that's that guy. So just bring your 3DS. Pretty much, you can just sit there in the corner while people are walking by you with your 3DS, and just continuously get puzzle pieces and collect or fight the goddamn dungeon in that forever. For the entire weekend, you can sit in the corner and just play 3DS. Only the spot pass, the street pass stuff. And plus, there will be spot pass places. I'm getting them confused, but you'll be street passing. They'll have some spot pass places from Nintendo. They also usually do a panel every year. That's just, everybody bring your 3DS to this panel. We're going to street pass for an hour. And it's awesome. That's number two. So number three, Boston is a cold, cold place in March and April. So make sure you come dress prepared. The PAX convention can get a little sweaty, can get a little hot, but it's better air conditioned than I expected. So, I mean, I would say bring a couple of jackets to wear over top of each other, and then wear a t-shirt underneath of it, because, you throw off the jackets when you get to PAX, and then you walk around in a t-shirt and jeans, and you should be good on the convention. But as soon as you leave, because you'll be in that convention center for all night, and as soon as you leave, you will remember, oh, this is Boston. It's so cold. Oh, God. So, yeah, bring jackets, bring long pants, don't bring shorts. Please, God, don't bring utility kilts. I hate everyone who wears utility kilts, because it's not okay, guys. I know you think it's okay. It seems like a good idea at the time, but it's really not. So that's number three. Bring appropriate clothing, because Boston is a frigid climate. I don't think it's going to snow or anything, but it's usually going to be below 50 the whole time you're up there. Especially if you're coming from the West Coast and you don't even understand what the concept of below 50 is. Bring a good coat. Also, on top of that, bring some chapstick. Bring a whole stick of chapstick, 2 preferably if you have them, because it's windy in Boston, and you're going to be walking a lot outside. Usually, I don't know if you're going to be like one of those fancy guys that lives in the hotel that's connected to the convention center, but and doesn't have to go outside at all. You lucky bastards. But bring some good chapstick, because the wind will just gust into your face. I remember when I was on the plane coming home last year, Evan and Tony were with me, and they just looked at me like, your lips look like they've shedded off of you. You don't have lips anymore. So I'm definitely packing like 6 thins of chapstick just in case, because it's terrible. I mean, that's about all the unconventional things you want to bring other than your 3DS. Appropriate clothing, bring your 3DS, good shoes, and chapstick. Those things are essential for the PAX experience. And have a good time. Really, PAX it's great. It can be stressful if you're like freaking out, oh, I'm not going to be able to see everything. You're not going to be able to see everything. You won't. I'm sorry. It's true. But you'll manage. You'll have a good time. You'll see what you want to see. Look at the schedule over and over and over again. Be like, you know what? I definitely need to see this. I definitely need to see this. Everything else, if I get to it, I get to it. But it's not the end of the world. That is the essential thing. You're not going to be able to see everything. You're not going to be able to play every game. You're not going to be able to meet every developer. You're not going to be able to talk to every Giant Bomb host. You can probably do that. But you're going to miss a couple of things. It's not the end of the world. Just make sure you figure out what is the number 1, number 2, and number 3 thing I have to see. Whether it be panels, meeting people, because some people won't be there for all 3 days. It's just, don't stress. Take a deep breath, clear your head, and go at it with like knowing what your priorities are. Otherwise, you'll get totally scrambled. And there's going to be a lot of cool stuff at PAX. Apparently, the new Civ expansion is going to be there, which I'm really excited about. There's going to be the first playable Unreal Engine 4 game is going to be there. It's called Daylight. It's going to be playable in the Astro Gaming booth. It's going to be really exciting. It's going to be a great time. And if you see me, say hi. I'm a friendly guy. I'm definitely down to meet people who watch this video or listen to the podcast. So please come say hi. We'll hang out. Tony, Greg, and Evan are all coming. So we're going to have a great time. If you want to have lunch, just let me know. Talk to me. I'm a cool guy. I'll definitely eat lunch with some people who watch our YouTube stuff. So enjoy PAX. Have a good time. And do not forget your 3DS. Just don't, alright? We're in Spot Pass, man. Alright, have a good one. I'll see you guys at PAX this weekend.